cutting strawberries, why I like teaching the bridge method with strawberries is I'm doing the similar thing. I grabbed my knife safely. I'm bringing my knife along the cutting board, snaking my index finger over and in, and instead of, kind of like figuring out where I think the middle is, I'm going closer to my thumb because that is where the stem is. So I'm going a little bit away from where the stem is, cutting down, leaving that knife blade down and feeling it and going, wow, I took way too much off the stem. But that's okay, we're practicing. And then I would remove that stem, come back to where the strawberry is, my knife is still facing downwards, and I can then practice my bridge method with the strawberry. Alternatively, I can work on organizing my tray, and maybe instead I cut all the tops off and I'm working on organization. I might cut a whole bunch of tops off and line them up and see, like, can someone organize their tray and then locate those same tops after? Or I might go, hey, if you were to feel that stem, are you able to use the cat's paw to then feel around and cut those nicely? There's a whole bunch of different methods, but that's why I like strawberries. Someone say something? No? All right. So bridge method, we want to do a full container of strawberries, an entire bag of grapes, an entire container of cherry tomatoes. We want to make sure that they have that repetition. We're not just looking at it once and going, oh, they're good. We want them to do it over and over and over again because of that knife placement. What's up?
Can you just talk through the cat's paw?
I'm going to do that next.
Oh, okay,
I promise. Yeah.
I was like, wait, whoa.
So this was strawberry cutting. This was bridge method. Bridge method is good for small things. And it's primarily used with a paring knife. Doesn't have to be. Well, yes, actually, I take that back. Bridge method is always used with a paring knife. Cat's paw is typically used with a chef's knife, but could be used with a paring knife if appropriate. If someone has maybe some fine motor issues, maybe some additional disabilities, what do we call this?
A spreader.
I think so. Really? All right. This is called a spreader. I always call this an adaptive knife, but you're right. I think it is a spreader. I'm going to bring this over to you, Daisy.
Okay.
It is, technically I'm just putting a knife in your hand, but it's not like a super sharp knife. Do you feel that like little serrated edge?
Yes.
All right. So it's a lot wider than a typical knife. Okay. I'm going to bring this over to you, did you? Again, I know I just handed you a knife, but it's not super sharp. I'm like, hey, here's a knife. So this is called a spreader. It's a knife. Has anybody ever seen those knives for? I call them knives for babies. They're the plastic things.
Like a lettuce knife?
Like a lettuce knife, yeah. Again, here, I just handed you a knife.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I like this spreader a little bit better than these. Sorry, I totally just put that blue in your hand.
Okay.
They're called lettuce knives, but they're good for a little baby. Like my son loves to cut up strawberries with me and stuff. These are good for them. They can be good for some of our clients, but I like this spreader because it feels more knifey, right? Because it's metal and it looks more like a knife, okay? It's not going to cut through a potato. It's not going to cut through big things, but it's like more knifey than a butter knife, but it's less knifey than a paring knife, all right? It will do like strawberries and grapes. It is sharp, but not too sharp. These are called spreaders. I should have added, this has a wooden handle that we wrapped orange high contrast tape to increase the contrast of the knife blade. But again, I primarily teach everything occluded or non-visual, so the addition of the tape is not necessary. So that is a spreader. So what I'm gonna do now is cat's paw, all right? Cat's paw. I have an apple and I have